2 over here. So when the cross happens, the first box will be capital A, capital B. Second box will be small a, big B, and this one here will be big A, small b, and here it will be small a, small b. Now in this case, if you cross two heterozygous plants like this, AA and BB, when you look at the outcome, this is heterozygous, this is heterozygous, this is heterozygous, this is heterozygous. All of them seem to be heterozygous, provided this is what happened. This is a scenario that I'm giving you. Once again, this question did not give you enough information. Let me tell you why. They didn't tell you that they crossed two different heterozygous plants, did they? Or did they say they were the same? Different or same? We're not sure. So what I gave you, this is for the different plant scenario. So let's look at what happens if we have a same plant crossing. Let's say AA is crossing with another AA. Now it's going to look slightly different. Okay, so I've got big A, small a, big A, small a. Now when these two cross, you get AA, you have A, small a, you have A, small a, and you got small a, small a. In this scenario, which are those that are heterozygous? That one and that one. So this is for same plants crossing. Okay, so different scenarios will give rise to different Punnett square outcomes, so make sure you read the question carefully. Moving on, next question, question 5. A plant has got purple flowers, and this is crossed with one that has got white flowers. So we've got flower colors that we're dealing with, white flowers and purple flowers. Okay, the offspring were half white and half purple. One big thing that I didn't tell you once again over here is don't know which one is dominant and which one is recessive. But then you realize one thing, they both cannot be dominant. If both purple and white were dominant, if both of them were dominant, then the offspring, right, it'll be a mixture. The color would mix, kind of like if you have like a red rose and a white rose, okay, and the color the color scheme is both dominant, the outcome is going to be pink. So in this case, we've got white outcome and purple outcome, so definitely one of them is recessive. Okay, so we know that. So up to us to determine which one is recessive. Okay, so for me, I'm going to make purple dominant. You'll realize in a bit that it doesn't matter which one you take, and I'm going to make white recessive. Okay, so I've got this these two alleles. I only know, let's see, I only know that the offspring were half white and half purple. One of them were recessive, right? So the white is recessive. So when I do the Punnett square, I need to understand that half of them were white. So confirm must be like this. Has to be like this. Okay, and the other half were purple. And if I had made purple dominant, it could either be PW or PP. One of these fellas would have been the outcome plants. But then you see, with the second lot, the lot over here, we already have got two W's on both sides. So that means one of the parents actually contributed W's. Okay, and so if that's the case, if this is going to be purple, it must be PW in that case. And here, this would have been given purple, well, this would have been given white, and this would have been given purple. So this is the only way that you can get an outcome where you have purple, purple, and white, white, 50%. Exactly half. Okay, so if that's the case, they're asking you what are the genotypes of the parents. So parents, now you know one of them was both recessive. I used small letter W to denote this. Just look for it over here. They used small letter P and big letter W. The big letter W is definitely not going to work over here. When I look at this, I think the answer is definitely that one. Okay, so that would have been the answer for question 5. Right, question 6 I'm going to do it in the next slide, and question 8 also I'm going to do it in the next slide. They are talking about our dihybrid crosses. Okay, question 6 and question 7 is question 6 and question 8 special, so I'm going to do it separately. Let's look at question 7 first. The phenotype refers to the organism's what? Very simple question. Physical appearance. Okay, no big deal with this question. Okay, so now we move on to the big fellas, which is question 6. Sorry, I can't show you the question for that. So have your tutorial sheets ready when you can actually see this. Okay, so question 6 is asking you what are the outcomes when you will cross two plants. They gave you the phenotype of both the plants. Okay, we've got parent 1, who is tall and round, and this is going to be given by T, T, R, R. They used capital letters for this. And then we got parent 2, happens to be short and wrinkled, denoted by small t, and small r, small r. Everything's recessive over here, recessive here, dominant here. Okay, I'm going to cross these two. So now for this, right, we are looking at two separate traits. We're looking at height, and we're looking at the seed. I think it's the seed's appearance, whether it's round or wrinkled. So two different traits. We can't do a monohybrid cross. We need to do a dihybrid cross, which is the 16 square cross. Okay, so let's have a look at what P1 can contribute. P1 can contribute all of these alleles in various combinations. So if I want to check, P1 is capable of giving me T and big R, T and another R. This is the second T that we're referring to. Okay, and then take the first T again and take the second R, second T, and the first R. Okay, so do you understand what just happened? I just took one of these fellas and one of these fellas. So these are the 4 various combinations that P1 can actually give. Likewise, P2 can also give you small tr, small tr, small tr, and small tr. So if you think about this, these are the various combinations that these two parents are capable of giving. So I need to do a dihybrid cross because I'm interested in seeing what are the phenotypes. Okay, so I'm gonna just rush through I'll do the first one. I'll get capital T, I'll get small t, I'll get the big R, and I'll get the small r. The next one is going to look something similar. It's capital T, small t, big R from the mom, and let's see, change the color, small r. Okay, just gonna. Okay, so I filled up everything else, and one thing that you realize after filling up all these squares is that all of the offspring are exactly alike. Okay, so if we were to get their phenotype, if we get each of the offspring's phenotype, just have to take a look at any one of them. Actually, I'll just grab this one. Okay, they all alike. So if I were to ask you what does the offspring, what do the offspring look like, you got to say that they are tall, because there is that dominant T over there, and they are round, because the capital R is overpowering the small r. So that's it, everything's the same. Okay, no big deal over there. So the answer for question 6 would have been all offspring are tall and round, option A. Alright, if there are no questions, you can't ask me a question now, you got to ask me in class. I'm going to move on to the next slide, which is question 8. Let me flip over. Alright, question 8.